Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is January 26, 2026. We're looking at Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 11. This is one of those verses that a lot of people know. As a dog returns to its vomit, so a fool repeats his foolishness. And now, the meaning is very, very clear. But as I read it this morning, God pointed out something to me that I've talked about several times over the last several days with individuals. And I think I even mentioned it in my sermon yesterday. And that is the fact that, as a matter of fact, I know I mentioned it in my sermon yesterday, and that is the fact that this is the same experience as when you and I spend all of our time battling the thoughts, the desires, the distractions that come into our head. And that sounds crazy because I can't control that. Well, here's the point. We are never told to fight those things. And we're also never told to take them to the cross. We're told to confess them, give them over to the Lord. He took them to the cross over 2,000 years ago, and He mortified the flesh. So, when it comes down to it, if I'm continually battling the same thought over and over again, what I'm actually doing is worshiping that thought. I'm returning to my own vomit, and it's just straight foolishness. But if I just say, I recognize that as a thought, and I don't need to deal with it anymore, and then I turn my focus back to the Lord and my love for Him, His love for me, and in doing so, pouring that love out to the world around me, those thoughts will no longer have any influence in my life. You know, it's interesting that we get hung up on our enemy, and in doing so, we end up worshiping him. That's exactly the same tactic He used with Jesus in the desert when He tested Him. And yet, we get lost in that conversation. So today, my friends, as I remember and remind myself, as a dog returns to vomit, so a fool repeats his foolishness. I've got to stop trying to fight the battle and stand firm in my faith in Jesus Christ. And the battle's already won. I know it works because there have been occasions, not a lot, but there have been occasions in my life where instantly done exactly that. I'm reading a book right now. It's called The Practice of the Presence of God by Brother Lawrence. Incredible book. Written in 1666. It depicts conversations that one individual had with Brother Lawrence about how Brother Lawrence could be so connected to God all the time. And Brother Lawrence relates that same concept in his teachings of how to be in the presence of God. I want that for me, but more than that, I want that for you. And I hope today you recognize the battle is already won. You don't have to fight. Paul says we stand, and once we're done standing, we continue to stand with the armor on. We're not told to fight. It's crazy that we interpret stand as fight. It's not our fight. It's already been fought and won. The Holy Spirit who dwells in you did that work with Jesus Christ on the cross and raised Him from the dead. And now you have that power dwelling in you if you're a professed believer in Jesus Christ. I can't think of a greater miracle than that in my life and in yours. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.